Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Greg. I'm going to go over the cryptocurrency market, more specifically Bitcoin, and jump through some assets, do some pattern recognition for you guys that I'm looking at. And I'm not going to go into the TradFi markets too much for you guys. I know a lot of people don't like that, bores them out, things like that are in crypto because it's a crypto channel. But these guys matter over here, and I really think you have a good shot. Obviously, there's going to be some corrections along the way. They're going to do some corrections, guys. But I think there's a good shot that you're looking at, like, they're going bullish, guys. I think April's going to be pretty bullish. Have to see how May's going to play out. I'm looking at the S&P 500 going between 4,400 and 4,600 by the third quarter of 2023, guys. And it's at 4,050 right now. Okay. That's what I'm looking. That's kind of what I'm looking at. I think it's realistic. Don't know about a melt up like some of these guys are calling, cite some excitement in there and get a lot of followers, but that's a possibility too, guys. And that's going to relate to Bitcoin. And by the way, drop a like, hit the subscribe button, be really, really appreciated. If you want to support the channel, down in the channel, you can join my affiliate link on Mex C. Mex C is a pretty good exchange, guys. It's one that I'm using to buy coins like Caspa. So you could got already a 6x already in Caspa. And it's always a good idea too, guys, to have multiple exchanges. Okay, so spread your money out. Not your keys, not your coins. Keep limited amount of funds on that exchange. So, like, if you're going to use KuCoin, I use KuCoin right now. I use Mex C. Between those two, it seems like I can get them all. I also use Uniswap. Uniswap's really good too, guys, because now your keys go in your MetaMask. It is a hot wallet, but you actually own the keys and you have the coins in your wallet. I really, really like Uniswap. That's what crypto's all about, is like taking control of your coins, even if they're crap coins, and you throw them in there, or you know, if you want to be extra safe, you can put them on a cold wallet like a Treasure or something like that. But that's what crypto is really about. And as you guys know, I'm not going to go too deep into it, but what the Indian Miss Warren has been talking about, like guys, it's I don't think that that's going to work, but there's obviously a psychological war going on with crypto guys right now. So they want to ruin you. They're not going after crypto. They're actually going after you. You're in this space. They're going after you. Okay. So if you vote, be careful who you vote for. I'll just leave it at that. And that starts mostly at your regional and your local levels more than anything. And you know, they're not your friend. I'll put it to you that way. So here's the deal with Bitcoin, guys. Okay, on short time frame, Bitcoin went up into a 5-wave move. You can see right there in 45-minute with divergence, and it looks like it's coming down possibly into a 3-wave or potentially even a 5-wave move. This is my box target for Bitcoin from 27,490 all the way down to 26,900 in that area for a long position, guys. So here's what I'm thinking is that it's going to swing back up and it could swing back down into these areas, guys. So that's a potential. I think Bitcoin is bullish, and you want to be careful in this area. It has shallow correction. So if you're looking at it on the 4-hour, you know, it came down pretty good, and then it could swing back up. Okay. And then bring this RSI back down to oversold territories and still maintain like 27,000, 26,000 or something like that, guys. So, you know, the correction might not be as deep. A lot of people are up here, you know, waiting for this massive dump down to 19 or 21 or something like that, guys. It just doesn't seem like it's going to get that. I know you're not supposed to go off your feelings, but it just doesn't seem like that, guys. So this area right here is kind of reminding me of this area over here. And when Bitcoin was in a 3rd wave, you see it came down, dumped, and got it in the RSI just like this, or in this area right over here, guys. It's kind of what I'm looking at with Bitcoin. And you know, here's the thing, guys. A lot of people are counting this as a wave 1 and a wave 2. So you go out to a daily chart and review it. I have new subscribers, let you know, here's your wave 1 and your wave 2. The reason why that's a higher probability of being a wave one and a wave two is because you can obviously see right here's your wave three. It came back down, ripped off that fifth wave right there, just barely getting into oversold. And it came all the way back down here, reset the cycle, telling you more than likely that's a high probability wave two. Now, here's the thing that you have a good shot that Bitcoin is going to be getting its way up into here. And you also have a decent shot, too, in my opinion, of Bitcoin making it probably up to $70,000 fairly quick. You cannot rule that out. I'm looking more at that. And the reason I'm looking more at Bitcoin being able to do something like that is because these TradFi guys over here, obviously with corrections, so they're going to do corrections. I'm not saying they're not going to go up in a straight line. They're going to be going bullish, I think, in 2023, guys. So the reason I say that is there's a couple reasons, okay? One is this wave two correction was technically a pretty shallow correction, okay? I'm going to explain myself why I'm saying that. This was a pretty shallow correction. And the time that it took was pretty short compared to the length of the wave, okay? Now, if the wave, this second wave was nice and short and it wasn't really deep, normally they like to come down quite a bit deeper, okay? Kind of like the March 2020 crash when Bitcoin went up into a wave. So you see, and then the reason for that, you can kind of expect with this time, the time of it and the depth of it being fairly shallow, if you can believe it. That's a shallow wave too. It was a little bit scary. And some of the bears were like, okay, here we go, right? It did wave two, it did exactly what it was supposed to do. Make everybody think it's gone bearish again, okay? But it ripped out of there. And the time and the depth and everything, it's giving off a signal that this really wants to really start making its way up into these areas, guys. And I'm looking at a low end target of about 42 to 43,000. And honestly, guys, I'm looking at about 70 to 72,000 on this wave sequence. Those are Fibonacci levels right there. Okay. Now you can't rule out that this is, I'm going to go a little bit more in depth in Bitcoin, give you my case for why Bitcoin is probably more bullish than it is bearish. Now there is a potential, you've probably seen it, where this could be a flat. It's still going to make it up to like 40K in my opinion, guys, if it's a flat. However, the reason you can rule out the flat is if you see this way, you see this correction right here, and you see this correction right here. This correction probably goes with this correction, guys. The reason why I say that, if you take the time on that correction right there, that's about 63 days, 70 days, something like that. And you take the time of this correction, it's about the same time. You see that 60 days to 70 days. So the amount of time there and the amount of time there, it's probably more of a higher probability that this correction went with this correction and that this has nothing to do with all this over here, okay? You see how I ruled that out a little bit, going through probabilities? I'm not saying that it is. I'm saying a higher probability to say this is A and this came down for B and this is going up for a C. The probability is a lot lower that that's happening because the time to this time is pretty close, okay? So swinging back down here, up, and then swinging back down here, correcting this leg, the time. So it went down, the time was 60, 70 days, came back down, and then 60, 70 days on that leg. And then it came back down, swung back down over here, guys. That's what I'm saying about that. So if you take a look at this wave 1, 2, right? You have a wave 1, 2, and they came up into this leg. And if you take a look at the size of this wave, okay, and wave 3, 1.618, extended third wave, all the way up to 3.618 and everything like that. The size of that wave, and you come over here and you look at the size of this wave, you have a much bigger wave 1, 2 than you do over here. Okay, a lot of people are looking at 2019, and it could be, you can't rule that out, or looking at the size. So if you want to go comparatively and this size and kind of take a guesstimate and go, okay, well, how big, you can use the Fibonacci levels over here, then this wave over here technically should be much bigger, guys. Okay, just based off that wave sequence. I know you have a lot of everything's still bearish out there. You have a lot of bears coming out. Guys, that's actually a really, really good signal. The longer they stay bearish and bearish over the TradFi markets, over Bitcoin and how these can't go up is actually a really, really good signal for you to realize it's probably at a bottom. If everybody was saying that it's bullish, I would be way more concerned with Bitcoin and these markets because the majority of the market is usually wrong. You want to be, I'm telling you, okay, you want to be, when it's at the bottom, you want to be in the minority. Okay. You want to be in the minority so you don't lose a lot of money, or you have the potential to make a lot of gains. Okay. And then when it's at the top, you want to be the same way. You want to be in the minority. Everybody's going to say it's going to be going up and it's going to be topping out and it's going to go down. And you're going to save yourself a lot of money. Remember that. If anything in the markets, you want to be in the minority. The media is still going on with this banking crisis. Now, Charles Schwab's coming up, which, by the way, is not a money market account. That's actually a bank. And maybe they do have some issues, but you know, they're going to be saved too, guys. They're not going to let Charles Schwab go down. They're going to be saved too. So the Fed is doing QE, technically, if you will. They do have to pay the money back, but I wouldn't be surprised if somewhere in the future they're going to go, oh, you know what? We're just going to forgive the loan for you guys. You guys just keep the money, right? And now there's a story about the Fed running out of money. Guys, look, here's the deal. The Fed can't run out of money. They have the printer. I don't know who's coming up with that story, but this is all they have to do. I'll show you what the Fed has to do. This is what the Fed can do, guys. Okay. Here's their bank account. They have 1,000. Let's say they have $1,000 in their account. So the Fed has $1,000. They don't go to an actual money printer. That's just a figure. Okay. The old days did it like that. Now what they do when they go to the money printer is they go to their computer and they go like this. You put another zero on the end of it. Now you have $10,000 magically appear. You're like, oh, look at that. I got $10,000. And let's say I'll make myself a little bit richer and I give myself 100,000. And then you close your computer up and now you got $100,000 and you can go, use your credit card and go spend it. That's how the Fed operates, guys. They're not going to lose money. Not until it has to collapse and crash where the dollar goes to zero, guys. Until that happens, I don't think that's going to happen for a long time. The Fed understands what's going on, guys. A lot of people say they're dumb. You got to give them credit. They want this whole game that's going on. They want this to last as long as possible. They know there's an end to it. I think it's going to be, I don't know, 60, 80, even 100 years that this can continue to go on, guys. Okay. So that's how I'm looking at that. So here's a chop with that. Now, the other reason too, I'm going to go over and show you guys some other things that I wanted to go over as I showed this on, let me see, where is it? Ethereum. Yeah, right here, Ethereum. I put this on Twitter and I was looking at this pattern with ETH and, a lot of people are saying this corrected the cycle on Ethereum and it very well could, but to me, the pattern just doesn't seem right. Like, oh, let's say Ethereum's going up into a wave 1, it corrects into a 2, and it's going to do a mega third wave, right? And it's going to do a long drawn out fourth wave maybe, and it goes up for a fifth wave. To me, that pattern just doesn't look right, guys. It just does not look right to me to end this whole sequence. To me, this looks more realistic of what Ethereum can do. And let me move this out of the way for you guys to what Ethereum could do. And I think you have a good shot that maybe it's going to be doing something like that, just like Bitcoin, guys. Go up there and break all-time highs and do like a blow-off right there or something, guys. Show you another example of that is Cardano. Cardano had a massive wave here, came down and corrected this, broke that low right there, and it came up and whizzed this off, okay? And then it came back down. I got over Cardano. And Cardano could be doing the same thing over here, guys. This type of pattern. Now, I'm looking at these patterns like this and maybe even potentially, something with Bitcoin. I come out here to a weekly chart. I'm going to show you guys something about these patterns. And some people are like, these patterns, Greg, come on, man. Those patterns aren't that common, man. Bullcrap, guys. Those patterns are common. I'll show you a good example of that right here. Boom. Look at that. You see that right there? That's Ethereum Grayscale Trust. What did it do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It made a beautiful leading diagonal. You have a good signal for it could do a strong wave over here too, guys. That's a leading diagonal. Went up here in 5 waves, came back down, 3-wave move right there, and it came back down and did a 3-wave move. So you can see a leading diagonal can do zigzag moves or it can do 5-wave moves. So you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, back down in 3, 1, 2, 3, back down here, 1, 2, 3. Okay. So that is a potential for patterns like this to play out. Same thing with Ethereum. Goes back to Bitcoin. That I think everybody, a lot of people I've seen that are bullish are expecting this to go up, do a crash, back down to these areas, 17, 18, or maybe 25, and then go back up again. And it very well could, guys. I'm just saying, look, I'm paying attention to maybe a move like this, something like that, guys. Maybe it goes even a little higher or something like that. Who knows how long that wave's going to take? That's how I'm looking at that, guys. And I see everything else, some other coins that look like they want to go up into a 5th wave, guys. I mean, I'm looking at the overall pattern of all the other assets. I'm looking at like a conglomerate of like say 40, 50, maybe even 60 crypto assets. Here's Binance Coin, guys. And what's Binance Coin doing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Binance Coin's missing a 5th wave. It's missing a 5th wave, in my opinion. But that is as a truncated 5th, it could be, and it's working its way out of there, and it might go up into that area. But to me, it's missing a 5th wave, kind of like some other assets are missing a 5th wave too. Matic is another one, guys. Go over Matic. I'll show you pattern recognition here. That Matic is doing the same thing. Put Matic on a weekly chart. And Matic is working on a 5th wave, going up to, I think like my low end target for Matic is about $3. But I can show you Matic. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a 3rd wave. So here's the 1st wave. It made this type of move. So with Matic, guys, you see how it went up. This is a flat. It came back down here and then it went into its 3rd wave, corrected into a 4th. Here's its wave 1. It did a flat pattern too. I think it kind of went up into a goofy wave. It's kind of difficult to suss it out, but now it's in a 1, 2, 1, 2. And I think Matic is going to process it getting back up there to about $3, guys. So, Matic's missing that wave, that target area. Binance Coin, other coins. So just want to put that out there, guys, let you guys know what I'm kind of looking at. I'm definitely bullish, and I think the TradFi markets are really coming together. So that's, I guess you could say that's the end of my video. If you made it all the way to the end, do me a huge favor, drop a like, hit the subscribe button. Peace.